Hello there. My name is Ravi Rade, and I'm wishing you happiness and success. Welcome to Break Free from Work Stress. Today we are going to talk about 5 steps to break free from anxiety and overwhelm to a robust, fast-track career without changing any external situations around you. Notice that I said any external changes. For example, no changes to your job, boss, people around you, or any circumstances. I know that you might say that your job, your responsibilities are such that it's kind of crazy to think you can avoid stress. But if you pay close attention to what I'll be saying in this seminar, you will realize it's totally possible. Most of the people start their seminar with a long story about themselves. A total waste of time. And I respect your time, so I'll get to the point right away. We have lots of important topics to cover. So close other tabs, keep phone away, maybe take a pen out to take notes and pay close attention. So ready? Let's start with who is this for? This is for technology professional or leaders who makes their career using their knowledge and skills. It means if you use your expertise to design, build, and support complex systems, then this is absolutely for you. This is for engineers, programmers, technology consultants, managers, directors, and VPs. If you work hard to manage and deliver challenging projects, this is for you. Here is what we will talk about in next 45 minutes. We will start with how to break free from stress without changing any external situations, people around you, even if that seems impossible right now. Then we will talk about how to turn stress from an enemy into a dependable ally so that stress will in fact help you instead of damaging your mind, body, and relationships. Then we're going to talk about how to manage yourself and your emotions in stressful situations to produce ideal behavior. That will not only save but also advance your career. You will be able to produce that ideal behavior in all sort of challenging situations. I'll explain you how to protect your personal life, family, and loved one from your challenges at your work. We will talk about how to not only survive in this challenging environment, but also thrive so that you can make your career growth even faster. And how you can do all this without making any external changes, without doing any conventional stress reduction techniques, without going to a meditation retreat or exercising every day, eating healthy food, taking vacation, all those good for you things that people recommend. But you don't have to do any of these to break free from stress. So if you really want an effective, fast way, here is my promise to you. If you stick with me in this presentation, I'm going to give you a step-by-step strategy to break free from stress. It works in all sorts of situations, such as high-pressure meetings, setbacks, emergency issues, negotiations, you name it. Now, given the nature of your job, if you are finding yourself overwhelmed with constant demands from you at work and also at home, it might seem impossible how you can be peaceful and calm without changing any external situations. But my own experience of leading large technology team in a highly stressful environment tells me that we do have control. I help my team in my corporate job, and since then I have helped hundreds of executives and their teams to achieve that stellar performance, outstanding leadership, and well-being without making any external changes to their circumstances. So I'm inviting you to open up your mind to the possibility of having a total control over your well-being. Let me go over a few house rules. I think it is clear by now that this is not a relaxation to reduce stress solution. This is not about slowing down or taking it easy. And this is definitely not for lazy people. If the stress in your life is because you don't do your job, this is not for you. And if stress is because of your unethical conduct, this is not for you. And neither my results or my clients' results are typical and does not work each and every time. It takes consistent hard work and determination to achieve these results. And it is unpredictable as life is. So I just want to remind you the failure or success of achieving well-being is totally up to you and depends on how committed you are and how willing you are to put efforts. We're going to talk about all the cool strategies to break free from stress soon. But before doing that, let me quickly check where you are at this moment. Does any of this sound like you? Do you feel frustrated that your hard work is not getting recognition, but you are afraid if you talk about it, you will mess up the relationship with your boss? Do you feel you are on a hamster wheel of meeting to meeting and not getting anything done? Are you feeling trapped in constant firefighting of several top priorities, emergency fixes, and issues? Do you see more and more work keeps coming to you while others are enjoying personal life at office time? Are you finding it harder and harder to get along with people, even if you are a nice person? Have you stopped enjoying playing the power game and now you are fed up with politics? Do you find yourself getting in panic mode and then making mistakes, taking wrong decisions? Are you struggling to focus on anything because there are so many things going on at the same time? Is your mind consumed so much that you're working even when you're not working? Is your spouse complaining about not spending time together, or complaining even if you do spend time together? Do you feel that you are not there for your kids and family and missing out on important moments of life? When you go home, do you feel like everyone should just leave you alone? Do you think you are reaching to a point where your personal and family life is almost zero? Are you scared that work stress is eating your mind, body, and relationship inside out? Do you feel like if something doesn't change, you're headed for a breakdown? Look, if any of that stuff sounds like you, then I actually have some good news for you. Because none of those things, believe it or not, are the real problems. The real problem is that you haven't made what I call the shifts. And I'm going to explain to you what those are in just a moment. But for now, just understand, once you make these shifts, you will have complete control over how you manage your emotions, respond instead of reacting, and create a positive influence on others. All those negative feelings of anxiety, worry, fear, and panic will start to fizzle away, and finally, you will start getting peace of mind. You'll be able to create a robust environment for you and for your team using these strategies that will make you the most effective leader, add tremendous value to your employer, and obviously giving a boost to your career. The fear of breaking point will melt away, and you will find the courage to take on even bigger challenges. And ultimately, you will start living a life of fulfillment by following the purpose of your life, bringing happier, joyful life to you and to your family. Before going further, let me quickly introduce myself and just tell you who I am and why you should listen to me. For 25 years, I worked in software technology world, leading large teams in highly stressful environments. During that time, I helped myself and my team to break free from stress and achieve higher success. And I realized that in this rapidly advancing world, with constant changes, this issue of stress is faced by everyone around us. And it is going to become harder and harder to deal with increasing pace and uncertainty. So inspired by my own and my team's success in working in a challenging environment, I set out on a rigorous journey of learning, researching, and certification in the area of well-being, especially for the corporate professionals. And I completely changed my career and became a masterful well-being trainer and a transformation coach. The clients get the benefits of business and management acumen that I gained from my MBA from Booth School of Business from University of Chicago. My clients get Force for Good motivation that I learned from Tony Robbins certifications. My coactive coaching certification brings transformative changes to my clients' lives. And as a certified teacher, I conduct a 2-day course called Search Inside Yourself at corporate offices. It's a Google-developed leadership program for well-being used by corporations all over the world. Let me also quickly tell you how I discovered these 5 shifts, and then I'll walk you through all of them. During my career at the biggest stock and options exchange in the world, I closely observed how successful people work under pressure, how they manage themselves and their emotions while everyone around them is in panic mode. For the stock trading systems, 12 milliseconds. Response time means clients start calling with complaints. So most of the professionals working with me were buried in anxiety, panic, and overwhelm. But some people were different. Even if they worked on the same system, in the same team, under the same boss, some people could easily survive all the high demands, tight deadline, and limited resources and pressure. And I saw that these survivors are not only surviving, but also growing fast in the company, getting promotions after promotions. And as I started learning from them and I started using strategies they use, I got much better in handling challenging situations and got several promotions for myself too. My MBA at Booth exposed me to the bigger world, opening my eyes that achieving freedom from stress is a big need for today's corporate world. And I found my opportunity where I can serve others with passion and bring value to the world. I was sad to see that well-being of fellow technology professionals is totally ignored in today's corporate world. We tech professionals are getting all sort of technology training and being pushed hard to give more and more results. But no one seems to be doing anything about the toll it is taking on our well-being. Fortunately, I also found that Google, LinkedIn, SAP, and many more visionary companies are putting a lot of efforts into the well-being of their employees. So after learning many of the already invented wheels, I came up with a program and a system that works for technology professionals, fits in their busy schedule, and gives them the new skills they absolutely need to achieve incredible results and advance their career. So today I'm going to unveil you what those 5 things achievers are doing that you probably aren't paying very close attention to. Today I'm going to share with you something that is completely opposite of what you might have known about the stress reduction. So pay close attention. You will see how the 5 key shifts can give you freedom from stress, help you to handle challenging situations masterfully, and even use stress to advance your career, while bringing more happiness and joy to yourself and to your family. Okay, so let's start with the first shift. Access your inner leader. Our entire business is based on this one core fundamental. Even the name of my company is the leader inside you. The name is simple, but once you understand the deeper meaning of the concept, use it and master it, there will be a profound impact on you, your thought process, and entire life. So let's get introduced to the leader inside you. To avoid the hassle of saying he or she every time, I'll just refer to this leader as it. This leader has 5 fundamental strengths. Of course, you can add more to the list, but these are the 5 core fundamental attributes which can be combined to bring up all other qualities. The leader inside you is wise. It is courageous. It is confident. It is certain. And it is compassionate. Now notice I used is because this leader is with you since the day you were born. It is with you every moment and even right now, and will be there until the end of your life. Inner leader is just like your breath. Was there, is there, and will be there. And now realize one thing. You are breathing all the time, aren't you? But you don't notice that all the time, do you? Now, just for a moment, let's do a quick exercise. Are you with me? Okay, it's simple. Take a deep breath with me. Ready? And notice what happens. Immediately you realize that you are breathing. Your chest is going up and down. You're feeling the sensation of air going through your nostrils. You can even hear the sound of your breath. Exactly the same with your inner leader. It's with you all the time, even if you don't notice it. You have an inner leader inside you all the time. You just have to access this leader when you need it, when you want it. I'm sure you know that to reduce work stress, there are tons of external solutions prescribed. For example, making changes to company culture, working environment changes, employee benefits, and so on. These external changes do help, but only for those people who have a strong inner strength. You have seen same office, same boss, same working environment, but some people are stressed out and some are not. It all depends on your inner thinking. So if you don't have internal strength, you will always depend on external changes to happen, and they won't help. You will be at the mercy of others, keep blaming others, adding to the stress. You become needy, dependent on others. If that happens, I will. If this happens, I will. And this and that never happens. And none of the techniques to free yourself from stress will work. Worse yet, without your inner leader, stress just keeps growing by itself without any reason. But if you have your inner leader with you, it does not matter how the external circumstances are. You can not only survive, but thrive. And once you start accessing your inner leader, immediately you will feel the presence of it. And all the wisdom, courage, confidence, certainty, and compassion will be available to you in abundance. Once you learn and master the technique of accessing your inner leader on demand, everything changes. You will start having ideal thoughts, which will help you to find your ideal behavior. We all have huge inner power. All we have to do is to learn to access it more often. Make sense? That's how I could transform myself from a born introvert who used to get stressed out by any human interaction into someone who speaks with total strangers from all over the world the entire day. And I have seen such transformation in many of my clients again and again. Once they start accessing their inner leader, all those hard things such as controlling anger or overcoming fear becomes very easy. Even a very hard thing to turn stress from an enemy into an ally becomes easy too. That brings us to the second shift. See the true face. There is only one reason why you are not free from stress. Because you have not seen the true face of stress and you are treating it as an enemy. You think of stress as cause of all sorts of troubles and then you decide to fight with it. And when you fight with something, it becomes stronger. What you resist persists. So the more you resist, try to reduce stress, stronger and stronger it becomes. Now, so you might ask, hey Ravi, then shouldn't I try to reduce stress? One thing I want you to understand, stress is not an enemy. It's nature's most precious gift to us so that we can survive in this world. Stress is our lifeguard, a smart lifeguard. Stress makes us brave. Stress makes us safe. Stress makes us strong. It is your lifeguard sitting on a beautiful beach of your life so that you and your family can enjoy sand and water safely. Now just imagine, it's a nice, beautiful sunny day and you go to the beach. But some silly thing happens and you start fighting with the lifeguard. What will happen? People will start looking at you, your spouse family will start getting embarrassed. Even if things calm down after some time, the lifeguard will start keeping a closer watch on you and might put extra restrictions. And if you keep on fighting, he might call the cops and get you out of the beach, totally ruining fun time for you and your family and even the rest of the day. You wouldn't do all this when you go to the beach, would you? So why do that with Stress the lifeguard? Now let's imagine. Again, you are on a beach. This time, instead of fighting with the lifeguard, probably you will read the instructions, understand them, see the warning signs, look at the lifeguard, smile, and say hello. And later, if lifeguard blows the whistle, you will acknowledge it and make appropriate changes to your behavior. And if you see lifeguard coming running to you, you will talk about the situation. Plus, if you think you are in trouble, you will yell, give some signs so that lifeguard can come and help you, wouldn't you? So why treat Stress the lifeguard differently? Now, if you're living stressed out life, most likely you're fighting with it. And that's why all those stress reduction strategies might not be working. As you fight stress, it starts watching you more, putting more restrictions, causing more trouble. It gets in your way of your ability to focus, reducing your performance and decreasing happiness in your life. And as a result, you might start creating trouble for your employer, colleagues, and your family. But once you see the true face of stress, you will stop fighting with it. As you realize that it is not an enemy, you will start making an effort to understand it. You will get to know what stress is, what is its purpose, how it operates, what are its responsibilities and duties, and what are the breaking points. And once that happens, you can enjoy sand and water of your life with your family with a lot more fun and happiness. And knowing the true face of stress actually makes you feel better. Just think about it. Which beach you would prefer to go with your family? The one with a lifeguard or without lifeguard? It feels good to know that you are protected, that there is someone to save you when you are in trouble. We feel assured that there is someone watching over our good interest, and if any danger arises, we'll be taken care of. It actually helps us to lessen the worry and gives us freedom to relax and enjoy. And hey, who doesn't like to watch Baywatch? So now, you might be saying, I get it, Ravi, but how do I communicate with this stress? It's not a person who I can talk to. It's not even a thing. It's just a concept. Maybe it's possible for other people, but I am a very logical person. Please don't tell me vague things to do. Talk about practical solutions. I'm totally with you. I'm an engineer and I always feel the same frustration when I try to learn about stress reduction. And then I found out how smart engineers in the world are dealing with this stress. That brings us to the third shift. Use the secret syntax. If you are a computer professional, you know what syntax means. Syntax means step-by-step logical sequence of words to generate desired actions. Words are important, so is the sequence. Simple example of syntax we all know is if then else. When used in this sequence, all sort of complex operations are done by computer, giving us exact results we want. The secret syntax to break free from stress is in the moment practice. In the moment practice is the most practical, logical way to preempt incoming stress, gain control over our emotions, figure out ideal behavior for the situation and time, and respond accordingly. And you can do all this in the moment, exactly when you need it the most. I'll explain it in detail shortly, but first, let's take a look at the conventional way of stress reduction. If you have read books on stress reduction, or if you just Google on stress reduction, you will see all sort of advice. This is the old way. They say, if you want to reduce stress, listen to the music, take a walk in the nature, exercise daily, eat healthy food, take a nap, play with a pet, socialize, talk to friends, take a break, take it easy, maybe step down, or take a vacation, or go on a meditation retreat, and so on and so on and so on. Well, all these things are good. You should do all of them. I am a big proponent for all of these, and they do help in some way to reduce stress. But all of them are the slowest and completely unreliable way when it comes to dealing with stress. Don't you know people who exercise daily, but in the office they are completely stressed out? How many celebrities who are in perfect shape, eating healthy food, exercising, end up in rehab? And how much extra stress comes when you are planning going on vacation, managing everything during vacation, especially with your family? You can take a nap, but what after that? Many times the thought of wasted time adds up to the worry. Meditation retreats are super cool. I love them. They can help. But I have seen that for most people, the impact fizzles away quickly because for it to work, you must do meditation practice daily. And stepping down, well, were you less busy before latest promotion? And besides, who wants to step down after working so hard to step up? We are living in such an exciting, wonderful world with tons of opportunities. We don't want to slow down, do we? All these conventional stress reduction strategies are good for you, but time-consuming, need lots of dedication and energy. I'll give you a metaphor to make this point crystal clear. Imagine you ask someone, how do I learn to play golf? An answer you get, oh, just go to the gym every day, eat healthy food, and you will be good at golf. Does it make any sense? To learn to improve your golf game, you must go to the golf course. Hire a trainer, learn which clubs to use when, how to hold the clubs, and how to hit the ball. And most importantly, keep practicing, right? So now think about the similar advice. Go to gym, eat healthy food, relax, and hope that you'll be able to manage yourself in difficult situations. It's like buying faster computer and hoping that bug in your program will be fixed. To fix the bug, you have to find the bug and fix it. This old way is just a hope, and hope is not a strategy. Again, don't get me wrong, all these things are great. We should all do them anyway. The issue is, none of these teach you exactly what to do when stress hits you. For every situation, you need specific strategies, action plan, which can be executed in a very short amount of time. Unfortunately, if the solution was as easy as taking deep breaths, then why would anybody have stress? Fortunately, there is a practical, fast, effective new way. You don't need any of those good for you things to break free from stress. All you need is in the moment practice. Here is the secret syntax. Are you ready? Okay, so pay close attention. So the first step is to notice the stress before it hits you. Second step is to access your inner leader. Third step is to retrieve your specific in-the-moment strategy. And that gives you an ideal behavior from you. And later, reflect on all this happening and to celebrate and rehearse to do even better the next time. Let me repeat it one more time. Notice the stress before it hits you. Access your inner leader. Retrieve your specific in-the-moment strategy that gives you an ideal behavior. And then reflect on all this happening to celebrate and rehearse to do even better the next time. That's the secret syntax formula. Now you can do all this in just a few minutes. And as you practice, you will be able to do all this in just a few seconds. The first step is to learn and master the art of catching stress before it hits you. Remember the movie The Matrix? Remember the hero Neo? He could see the bullets coming to him in slow motion. We can all become Neo and see the bullets of stress coming to us before they hit us. The second step is to access the inner leader, as we talked about in the first shift. The third step is, using the wisdom of your inner leader, recall the specific in-the-moment strategy. And this sequence gives you the ideal behavior from you, which is free from stress. The last but not the least step is to reflect on all this happening after it happens. So why this in-the-moment practice is so powerful? Because it gives you freedom to find your ideal behavior in difficult situations and gives you all that courage, confidence to act accordingly. And all of it in the moment, exactly when you need it. The reflection step gives you an opportunity to celebrate your success, give a pat on your back, and do analysis to find out what went right and what went wrong, so that you can do even better next time. Think of reflection step is like running your program with test data, so that you can fine-tune your code, find the bugs, and fix those bugs, so that when you deploy your code in production, it will run with great performance without errors. That means no outages, no support calls to you or to your team, boost to your company's profit, and of course to your career. Same with in-the-moment practice reflection. Life is fast and our mind and emotions are even faster. It's not always possible to find that ideal behavior and act accordingly. But when we reflect back, hindsight is always 20/20. We can find that ideal behavior, do a rehearsal of that behavior in our mind, so that when similar challenging situation comes again, we will be ready to handle it masterfully. Make sense? So here is a simple example of in-the-moment practice. It's a simple example, but very, very useful. So pay close attention. In-the-moment practice is arrive home fully. So try this. Next time when you reach home from office, before getting out of the car, do this in-the-moment practice. Notice the stress that you are carrying from office, and then connect to your inner leader and access your secret syntax. Take a deep breath and say to yourself, home is a reason I go to work, and work is over. Now I am home, physically and mentally, to give my complete attention to my family. You can use any other similar sentence that will bring you home fully. The thing is, you will notice. You will start being more present with your family, giving your best. And here is the beauty. This in-the-moment practice takes just a few minutes or even seconds. It is simple to do, and when used with the secrets intact, as I explained, makes magic. Can you imagine the impact of you being fully present on happiness and joy of your family life? They will be protected from all your challenges at work, and they will get so much more from you. And in turn, you will get the joy too, which will bring new, higher energy to handle your work next day, starting a wonderful positive cycle. Earlier, I mentioned that I noticed that people who can handle challenging situations could not only survive those situations, but also thrive, growing faster in their career. So once you start mastering your in-the-moment practices, you can beyond just surviving. And that brings us to the fourth shift. Train the dragon. Stress is your dragon. You can tame it, you can train it, and you can ride on it. Once that happens, you can fly, explore new wonderful places. Once you become master in handling your emotions, your behavior in challenging situations, you become more and more confident to take on even bigger challenges. You start looking forward for those challenges. Forget about being enemy. The stress becomes your ally, accelerating your career. But if you don't turn stress into ally, you will always remain in survival mode. And surviving is always crippling, career stopping, intimidating, and frustrating. But once stress becomes your ally, you can grab exciting opportunities and take on bigger responsibilities, making your career growth even faster. Now you would ask the question, how do you do that? Well, how would you train a dragon? You would find the causes that make this dragon go wild and eliminate those causes. Then you will establish some kind of communication protocol and you would practice that protocol. Same thing. You can train this stress dragon by finding causes that makes stress go wild and eliminate those causes. There are 4 major reasons that create stress. When we are worried about the consequences of failure, when important matters become urgent, we treat urgent matters as important, and we keep avoiding difficult conversations. By doing analysis of these 4 causes of stress in your life, and by working on getting rid of these causes, you can tame this stress dragon. Of course, none of this is easy. But if you do it, the rest of your life becomes much easier. Next step is to monitor your emotions closely. Emotions contain lots of information. So instead of just watching the emotions, if you monitor them like a scientist, you can get deeper insight on your inner dialogue. Then you can establish a protocol about how you talk to yourself. By seeing your emotions and thought process in high resolution, you can know more, understand more, and communicate more with yourself. It's like trading your old TV to latest ultra high definition TV. You start seeing yourself in vivid, detailed colors. We can be a lot more than we are right now. We can do a lot more than we can do right now. It's like the computer system that is working functionally well. Once you know that the system functionality is correct, you can focus on optimizing the performance so it can do much more in less time and resources. And then things that seem impossible become possible. And it goes beyond you. It impacts people around you in a positive way. As they observe you, they learn from you. Especially if you're a leader, your entire team's behavior starts changing. You become much more effective leader. And you will see, you will not only survive, you will thrive at work, at home, at personal level. The 5th shift is to hire a professional to help you to break free from stress. At the start of this webinar, I mentioned that this is for achievers who work on challenging projects. You are doing amazing feats at your work and you want to do even more challenging things in life. You need someone who can train, guide, and support you exactly how you need it and exactly when you need it. Now, if you are thinking, oh, well, I have a boss, friend, colleague, or spouse who can help me. But haven't you noticed, when done by non-professionals, motivation feels like being pushed. Advice feels like being judged. Goal setting feels like someone is dictating. That creates even more stress, doesn't it? You need someone who is professionally trained to do all this. Because when done by a certified professional coach, motivation inspires you to take action. Advice helps you to find solutions faster. Goal setting gives you a new vision. You get someone who is on your side fully, holding you to your bigger vision with accountability. What you are achieving right now and what you want to achieve in future is incredible. And that's why you deserve someone who has been where you are and have achieved outcomes that you want to achieve, and more importantly, has helped others to achieve. And one more thing, you're already busy. Does it make any sense to waste time on give it a try advice from people around you? At this point in your career, you need proven techniques that give fast results. Every person is unique and every person's life is unique. So are you. What a hiring coach does is makes general solution personalized to you, to fit in your life, to your circumstances. The best companies in the world are hiring coaches for their top performers. Let's hope someday your company will also hire a coach for you. But as we saw, hope is not a strategy. So take control in your hand. Invest in yourself. As I promised in the beginning of this webinar, today I showed you how to manage yourself and your emotions in stressful situations to produce ideal behavior that will save and advance your career. Ideal behavior whenever it is needed, wherever it is needed. How to protect your personal life, family, and loved ones from your challenges at work. How to not only survive in a challenging environment, but also thrive so that you can make your career growth even faster. How to do all this without the need of going to a meditation retreat, exercising every day, eating healthy food, taking vacation. All those good for you things, which you don't have time to do it and you may not be able to do all the time. You don't need any of those to break free from stress. And then I showed you the 5-step strategy to break free from stress. Access your inner leader. We talked about how to uncover your superpowers of wisdom, confidence, courage, certainty, and compassion. See the true face of stress. It is your lifeguard. I showed you how to use its services to keep yourself and your family safe. Use the secret syntax in the moment practice. I give you our secret syntax. See the stress coming to you in slow motion. Access your inner leader. Retrieve your in the moment practice, producing that ideal behavior from yourself. And then reflect on it. Celebrate your success. And learn how to do even better next time. Train the stress dragon. Tame it. Train it. And then you can ride this dragon and go to wonderful places. Thrive instead of just survive in this exciting world full of opportunities. Hire a professional coach. You are doing amazing feats in your career and you want to do even better. You deserve a professional coach who is expert in giving support exactly where you need it and exactly how you need it. So now you have a choice. As you can see, one path takes you to chaos and hardship. Another path goes to beauty and joy. We have covered a lot of ideas, specific tools and techniques to break free from stress, regardless of your current situation at your work. I have showed you how you can access your inner leader, how you can use secret syntax to control your emotions and achieve ideal behavior from yourself. And once you train and master the stress dragon, you can fly in the sky of your career with ease, reaching to places which you may not even know exist. And this all while bringing more joy and happiness to yourself and your loved ones. So now you have a choice. You can just hold on to this information and keep doing what you've been doing, keep everything the way they are, being stressed out at work, trying to survive somehow, unable to focus, struggling to give your best, meanwhile missing joyful moments of family life and peace of mind, and ultimately letting stress eat your mind, body, and relationship inside out with a constant fear of reaching to a breaking point. Or if you are done with all that and you want to learn and master new skills that are proven to give freedom from stress, uncover your inner superpowers, take your career to a higher level, and give a fulfilling, happy life to you and to your family at the same time, if that is what you want, then here is what I have for you. My team and I have set aside some time in the next 72 hours to speak to you personally about how you can apply these ideas to your work and life starting today. Whatever your biggest challenges are, we have seen it, or a very similar version of it. And we know how to deal with it masterfully. These are the same strategies that I have used for myself personally for years. And they are being used by tens of thousands of smart technology professionals all over the world. And these are the exact same strategies that I use to help hundreds of my clients to break free from stress. In this presentation, I gave you a high-level view of the strategy, but to make it work for you, we'll have to see how it applies to your world, and we'll have to see how to customize it to fit in your life. That is what we will do in one-on-one call. Cost for this call, absolutely free. There is no charge for whatsoever for this one-on-one conversation. But there is a catch. This is not for everyone. Here is who this is for. You must have the skills and knowledge that solve challenging problems at your work. You must be someone who works hard and gives sincere efforts. If you are looking for external solutions such as making changes to your job or any other external environment changes, or if you are trying to make changes to other people's behavior, then this is probably not for you. You must be someone who truly believes in yourself and ready to work on yourself. If achieving higher success along with personal and family well-being is the number one priority for you, book a session now. Now you might ask, hey Ravi, this is cool, but why are you doing this? We do this because we love giving back. As I mentioned before, all this well-being for technology professional is getting neglected by the corporate world. So I love helping fellow technology professionals to break free from stress and achieve higher success. Plus, we know that you might want our help to transform your career and life. If so, we can discuss about it and see if it is a good fit for both of us to work together. If not, that's fine too. Either way, just by doing this call with us, we'll give you more clarity and insight into your well-being that you didn't have it for a long time. So here is what I want you to do. Click the button underneath this video right now. That will take you to our calendar page. You will see all the available times. Pick up one that works for you and go ahead, book that time. We will call you at the time you choose. But here's the thing. Spaces are really limited and there are a lot of people watching this presentation and there are only so many hours in the day. And of course, you are busy too. So pick your convenient time that works for you before it is gone and let's have a conversation. This could be a conversation that will give you freedom from stress, giving control over your emotions, making you an even more effective leader, creating a harmonious environment, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Make the choice of positive changes to your career and family life by booking a call, by clicking the button below this video. Think about what you want to achieve. Think about the goals for your career, for yourself and for your family. But you also know, just thinking is not enough. There has to be some action. Booking a call is that action which can make it happen. Thank you for watching my presentation today. And if you book the call, we will talk soon. Once again, I am Ravi Rade, wishing you happiness and success.